Welcome to a new AgileXRM video. Let's see some of the ways we can use to navigate through a dialog. Using next and back buttons. In this dialog, we see how we can use the next button to move forward and the back button to return to the previous page. As we click on the button, we see how the screens change. It is also possible to change the labels of the next and back buttons. In this case, we see that the next button label has been changed to continue and the back button label has been changed to return. The behavior of the buttons is completely analogous to the previous case. The next and back buttons also work with sub-dialogs. Let's start this sub-dialog and see how to use them. To do this, we put the process viewer and the execution of the dialog in parallel. Let's see how it behaves. We see how when pressing the next button, the dialog navigates to the first page of the sub-dialog and pressing again to the second. Once it has finished executing the sub-dialog, we see that the execution continues in the parent dialog. Pressing the back button, we see how the execution returns to the sub-dialog. If we keep pressing this button, we see how the execution moves to the main dialog until reaching its first page. Disabling back button. Back functionality can be disabled for any page to stop user going any further back in the dialog. To do this, at design time, we just need to set the disable back property to true. Notice how the page icon changes to indicate that the back button is disabled for that page. Breadcrumbs. Another way the user can navigate is using breadcrumbs. Clicking a page name on the breadcrumb takes the user to that page. Note that any data previously entered is retained, avoiding the need to retype it. Custom buttons. It is also possible to add custom buttons to the navigation bar to take the user to any other page in the model. In this dialog, we have configured a vote yes, vote no, and abstain buttons. The dialog navigates the user to the corresponding page. These buttons are configured using the radio button control with show as button set property set to true. To show these buttons in the navigation bar, we set show and button bar property to true. AutoNext. Many controls have a property called AutoNext that, if set to true, when the user selects a value in the control, it automatically does a next action. To enable the AutoNext property, simply select the control where you want to use it and select the AutoNext value equal to true. Once the modification is published, we can see how it behaves at runtime. Back to Dataverse, we select the new dialog and click Start to execute it. The dialog shows the radio button control, then the combo box, and followed by the grid option. Continuous render mode. Clicking any preceding page when using continuous render mode takes the user to that page. Via API. There are methods in the JavaScript API to trigger a next or back action. Lastly, there is one other way to navigate backwards in a dialog, and that is by using the history functionality, described in another video. Thanks for watching this video.